Hello everyone! As has been the case every Saturday for a while, we take another dive into the mysterious world of the Forgotten Languages website, exploring its ties with UFOs. Today we are going to explore the issue of fighting an alien threat and the zoo hypothesis. On the 21st of September 2016, the site posted an article written in the Ned language, and apologies if I butcher the pronunciation here as I have no clue what it exactly should be. It's Kri Setegi Egothesis Giseliker Meiv Diteri Sedategist as a Egothesis Evigadinta. So why this article? Well, I think that the word Giseliker is the clue here. The article describes no more and no less a combat strategy applied, as it were, against the Giselians, the mysterious alien race of possibly interdimensional non-human beings. Let's listen to the English text then.
Attacked by a large enough force, not all systems are fragile, even if attacked over a sufficient period of time. The Giselian system, in particular, is highly robust and shows resilience, though it might be the case we are using the wrong weapons against the wrong targets.
Well, that first paragraph is not much of a surprise, to be honest. Assuming the Giselians are orders of magnitude more advanced than we are, it's not that difficult to imagine that their systems, even remotely controlled and unmanned, and possibly guided by advanced AI, would be indeed robust and adaptive even. So a question arises: if their intentions are indeed hostile and if they are already present here, as some people in the UFO sphere already suggest, indeed, how do we fight something like this?
We know the capability to adapt allows them for an increase in the effectiveness of a response to our attacks, but this has been shown to occur only after we manage to attack them. We wonder what would be the case if, instead of taking an offensive attitude, we simply retreat and leave them unattacked. If they are genetically programmed for an adaptive response, wouldn't it be better to simply retreat till we find a better way to cope with them?
Therein may lie the answer, and it can be applicable not only to Giselians, who we cannot be sure are real or just a conjuration of the Forgotten Languages lore. It could apply to any aliens, in fact. Non-violence could cause confusion in any advanced system, from a suspicion of hidden motives to the assumption of a reconnection, at least from my armchair general point of view. So what else do we hear in the article then?
There is a great deal of information we are missing about what will be effective in a given setting: underwater combat. The reason is we are already coping with underwater threats from our own planet, and neither we nor the other parties involved are ready to share vital information in order to efficiently neutralize the highly hostile Giselian threat. It seems we have simply given up. We do not trust each other, so it seems Giselians know this and exploit this vulnerability against us all. All military conflicts we have known so far were just processes in an ongoing relationship between different groups of the same species, our own species. What we are facing now is a conflict with a different species. Their interests, their goals, their strategies, their motivations, all of it is unknown to us, and if we lack this vital information, we become an extremely fragile system. Fighting them using our classical military doctrines is bound to fail.
We have heard it all before. We means people invested in the UFO topic. The fact that USOs, or unidentified submerged objects, may be even far more prevalent than UFOs in the air is not a new notion at all. We have heard reports of objects bigger than oil rigs and objects moving as fast underwater as a commercial airplane in the air. Do we even have a chance at all? Well, we have not been wiped yet. Our military systems are perfectly intact, so the answer is yes so far. The alien threat angle is also one promulgated by certain factions within the disclosure movement, most notably the people who are behind the creation of last year's UFO documentary titled The Age of Disclosure. This article from 2016 oddly coincides with their claims, even if ominously so. The second article we are going to discuss today was published on the 29th of September 2016, and this time we have the English title, Sub-Civilizations Within the Hyper-Civilization. Are ants aware of the existence of humans? My first thought was the zoo hypothesis I have mentioned at the start of the video. It claims that aliens do not interact with us simply because they are so far above us that they treat us like animals in the zoo or in the wild, perhaps even as ants, like in the title. We seem to be aware of the presence of non human intelligence on our planet, but we know virtually nothing about their motives, goals, and well, anything really. Let's see if the article sheds any light on these considerations.
The biology and neurological setup of an ant certainly prevents it to be aware of the existence of humans. Ant civilization is thus a sub-civilization embedded in a human hypercivilization, a hypercivilization of which ants are completely unaware. However, what about those uncontacted tribes in North Sentinel Island? Aren't they humans too? Is not their biology and neurological setup identical to those who fly above them in planes taking photographs and video recording their daily activities? Sentinelese are for sure aware of them, yet they reject any contact with other people. If aliens want us to be a sub-civilization which is part of their highly advanced hyper-civilization, don't we have the right to reject any contact with them?
The text mentions the fabled North Sentinel Island. Nominally a part of India, the island is home to some of the most primitively living people on planet Earth. The society of the island is still in the Neolithic times, using spears, bows, and stone tools. And they attack anyone who approaches the island. Not out of malice even, but most likely as a measure of protection of what they consider their home. The Indian government decided to respect their little world and prohibits any intervention into the island society. Are we like those people, ready to throw nukes and what have you at the aliens, even if we cannot tell what they actually want? Even if they are the Galactic Federation, which could bring us unfathomable scientific and societal progress? The text follows this particular thought and the previous article, that is, assuming we have been manipulated genetically by aliens at some point.
Let's assume for a moment that many present species, including our own species, have resulted from genetic manipulation by those members of the hypercivilization. This means we would share portions of our DNA, and this opens the possibility to design genetic weapons that we could use against them. In the end, if we are the result from genetic manipulation by them, we need to take this as a blessing, for it means we at least know something about them, something we can use against them.
Chilling as the logic behind this design of bioweapons is, it does make a lot of sense. We seem to have a report of a design like that working in reverse, even if accidentally so. Marco Cereze, a Brazilian military policeman, allegedly died as a result of contact with a live alien near the city of Varginha in Brazil in 1996. He died as a consequence of a septic shock caused by an infection involving an unusual pathogen. It took 30 years for his family to get his autopsy report, in fact. It can easily be seen how devastating our biology can be for the others, and vice versa. We then again consider the notion of the North Sentinel Island in an interesting manner, touching upon the topic of abductions and contact with aliens.
We do not oppose to individual contacts between some humans and some Jezilians. We oppose to a general contact between our own civilization and theirs. If you want to know the reason, just ask the Sentinelese why they reject any contact with other people.
The last part is oddly sobering, even if at the face value it does not really say anything that big. But under those words there is this sad conclusion, that at the end of the day the vast majority of humanity likely does not care that much if aliens exist, and if they visit us, as this fact does not directly affect our daily lives, our ways of living, and the mechanisms behind our society.
It is not whether we are alone or not. It is that we do not care at all what the answer is because, whatever the answer, this wouldn't solve any of our current problems. See, ants do not care about whether humans do exist or not, and we don't care about whether aliens do or do not exist, much as the Sentinelese don't give a damn about the other tribes in the Andaman Islands.
What are your thoughts about all of this, dear viewers? Do you think that we are indeed under an alien threat and that we should prepare for inter-civilizational war, no matter how small the probability of something like this is? And do the governments know something about the intentions of the others that we don't? Last but not least, do you believe that we should strive to establish contact and direct involvement with our friends next door or not? Would it or could it cause too much chaos? Let me know in the comment section down below. As usual, I am hard pressed for time, but I am trying to do my best with keeping the series a regular weekly thing, so stay tuned. We are also looking forward to any news on the disclosure front and interesting new UFO sightings, so stay tuned. In the meantime, thank you for watching, support the channel in any way that you wish, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I will be back with you very soon in another video indeed. Take care.